So it's come to my attention that 1, I haven't made a vlog in some time, and 2, I need to broaden my horizons. The fact of the matter is that after fall comes winter and with it the holidays. Though it would be a better term to call it I want every toy in the planet day, and every poor caring parent in the world showers their children with as much as their economy emptied pockets can give them, and still the little fuckers act like tarts to the point that I'm sure most parents wish they'd been a blowjob. The point that I'm getting to here is that Black Friday, as it's called here in the States, is when it all starts. The music, the decorations, the tree stores opening up in every Tom, Dick, and Harry's front yards, the toy ads take over the commercial time to a point that I forget a good raunchy Axe commercial. Granted, both make me want to slit my wrist and paint the bathroom with my blood until I pass out, but that isn't the real point of it. It gets cold, and people become drooling shop machines that jump on every sale like a pack of politicians on a pile of money. At this point in my current standings, I live in a garage. The reasonings behind it isn't as necessary as the fact that it's as insulated as a tarp, hung on a string with no pegs at the ends. And Mother Nature, being the whore she is constantly slogging the place with wind, rain, and annoying cats that want my attention every 2 seconds. It almost makes me wonder why I own cats at all, considering they sleep all day, except when you're asleep, and then they want your attention, or apparently they'll die of emo retardation. They eat like they're preparing for hibernation, reaching a mass that crushes your sternum, usually at 3 in the morning when you're dreaming about romping about with Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman with nothing on but the occasional well-placed branch. They're always wandering outside, and then inside, and then outside, and then inside, to the ridiculous point that you wonder if they're toying with you. Indoor cats are shut-ins that prefer to gaze outside longingly and try to escape now and again with cuteness that at times turns into a rush of fur that leaves you insane in your pajamas, setting traps in your backyard and freezing while praying to all that's holy your husband doesn't wake up and realize you were thick enough to go out for a smoke and lost his cat. And also, that it is cold. And outdoor cats are the same as indoor cats, only they can go outside and yell at you when they want to come in and go out and come in again. Seriously, it's like a game. My problem with escaping cats is that regardless of how frightened you get when they get out, when they come inside finally, after you've reduced your place of living to the same temperature of the outside, and they cutely cuddle up to you, they look at your frustrated face with a gaze that says, "What's your problem? Love me right now or I'll claw your eyes out and eat your spleen." There's an old saying that dogs have masters and cats have a staff, but frankly, I'm not a maid. My father tells me that I should just get rid of my animals, but then proceeds to sit on his couch and coo at his cat while watching the television. It makes me wonder where my standings are. Sure, I'm living in my parents' house with my husband, but I'm in the garage, and though it's wonderfully private for those moments that are not movie maker friendly, it's still cold. It's the equivalent of saying that mustard is the devil of all condiments and should be disbarred from reality while holding a sign proclaiming its healing properties that you use every day over your head. But at the same time, I can see his point. Not that mustard is rancid, but that having 4 animals and 2 apes in one garage is a bit cramped, especially when you add all the items a garage is for, sans the car, and throw in a tent. Let's not forget all the cords, equipment, and various sundries our cocked-up society has grown accustomed to. Still, with it all in here, the place is still a bit on the chilly side. I conducted an experiment where I took the temperature of the outside, the garage, and the empty bedroom in my parents' house to find that the temperature difference of inside compared to outside was a bit better than I'd thought. Of course, when I brought this up to my father, he proceeded to interrupt my findings by demanding that I move into the bedroom, because obviously that was the whole reasoning in the matter. During his monologue, he stated something that I used to end the conversation that was spiraling out of control. Let's face it, my father and I aren't morning people, and if you get us in a place we don't want to be, you'll be left wishing that we didn't have the verbal tools we have to tear you apart. It's a gift that has its burden, though, when my father and I are at odds. I'm not one to say that I hate him. He really is a nice guy, and as long as you don't mix us together, especially in the morning, when we haven't had coffee and your husband's cat has run out of your place of living just to piss you off. I think I've gotten off track here. It's cold. It's so cold that if it were possible to sue Mother Nature, I would be the first in line with a chain gun looking like Solid Snake on girl hormones. And I'd teach that blasted bitch a lesson for dreaming this whole winter shenanigans up.
What's this knob do?